Within the sanctuary that was Kelly Clarkson's studio, which was adorned with hardwood floors, old microphones, and strewn lyric sheets, the cityscape of Nashville sparkled through the windows that reached from floor to ceiling. The room was filled with her signature chuckle as she narrated a story about her children's most recent misadventures, while she sat on a worn velvet couch with her legs crossed and a coffee mug that was only halfway full placed on her knee. On the other hand, beneath the warmth of her voice, there was a quiet ache, a sadness that lasted like a bruise. However, Kelly was looking for something exceedingly rare, something that she referred to as a unicorn moment, a glimmer of happiness and connection that had the potential to outweigh the suffering. The year had been a difficult one. However, the emotional repercussions was still fresh, despite the fact that her divorce from Brandon Blackstock had been formalized. Despite the fact that Kelly was no stranger to public scrutiny, having ascended from a Texas unknown to the first American Idol champion, she felt the weight of it now more than she ever had before. The tabloids had examined every detail. Her talk show, The Kelly Clarkson Show, was a shining example of her commitment to genuineness, which earned her Emmys and garnered her a lot of admiration. Off-camera, however, she was attempting to find who she was at the age of 43 while simultaneously navigating the challenges of being a single mother and co-parenting her two children, River and Remington. The music she listened to was always her savior. In the recording studio, she was putting the finishing touches on a new album, which she referred to as her most sensitive work to yet. She leaned forward and confided in her producer, "It's not just about heartbreak." While her hazel eyes were filled with intensity, it is about having hope. About discovering those moments that bring you back to a state of being alive. She referred to these occurrences as unicorn moments, which are one-of-a-kind, enchanted moments in which everything seems to be in perfect harmony, such as when a music, a discussion, or a fleeting glimpse seems to be the world winking at you. Tonight at the Ryman Auditorium, also known as the Mother Church of Country Music, Kelly was the host of a concert that was exclusive to those who had been invited. It provided an opportunity to test out new material and to rekindle relationships with fans in a more personal context. Close friends, people who were already established in the profession, and a few lucky fans who had won a radio contest or put on the guest list. She desired for the evening to be unfiltered and genuine, a place where she could expose her innermost feelings and perhaps discover the unicorn moment that she had been searching for. As soon as she went onto the legendary stage at the Ryman, the adulation of the audience swept over her like a gentle wave. An unpretentious black dress was all that she wore, and her hair was left loose. She confessed into the microphone, "Y'all, I'm so nervous," with a Texas drawl that made the confession sound more convincing. To sing in this setting is similar to singing in my living room, except the lighting is much better. As soon as they were comfortable, the audience laughed. She began by strumming the opening notes of a new song called Shades of Blue, which is a ballad about loving someone through their brokenness, ultimately coming to the realization that you are also breaking. However, her voice, which was a formidable instrument capable of readily ascending octaves, was more delicate and even vulnerable in this instance. The audience fell silent as the lyrics began to flow out, which included the following: "I painted my heart in shades of blue / gave it all, but it wasn't enough for you." Each note carried the weight of her truth, and the room fell silent. The audience members wiped away their tears, and even the bartenders paused. They were enchanted. She closed her eyes and let herself to be carried away by the music. For that brief period of time, the pain of the heartbreak did not feel as intense. She told anecdotes in between songs, and her sense of humor was a vital resource. She made a joke about her children's fixation on her previous performances from American Idol that she uploaded to YouTube, saying, "They're like, Mom, why were you so dramatic?" She also admitted that she had binge-watched Ted Lasso in order to cheer herself up. But the thing that struck me the most was her candor about the challenges she faced. She paused for a moment to steady her voice before continuing, "This year kicked my butt. However, I am still present, you guys. Moreover, I am placing my bets on those moments that will make everything worthwhile." On the repertoire, in addition to fan favorites, there were also new songs. She sang Since You've Been Gone, the song that became her signature song in the early stages of her career, with a defiance that felt like she was giving her pain the middle finger. Then came the song Piece by Piece, which was about her own resiliency as well as the betrayal of her ex-boyfriend. The throng joined in, their voices forming a chorus of support as they sung along. There was a gleam in Kelly's eyes as she smiled. When she stated, "You are my therapy," she meant it. You are my therapy. The highlight of the evening was when she invited a young admirer named Mia, who was just 16 years old, to join her on stage. Mia had triumphed in a competition by showing a video of herself performing a copy of Kelly's song Breakaway, with a voice that was raw but full of potential. As soon as Kelly watched the video, she experienced an instant connection. Mia's vulnerability brought back memories of herself when she was the same age. Mia was given a microphone by Kelly, who then added, "Let's sing together, girl." As they began to sing Breakaway, their voices began to blend together, and Mia's nervousness gradually transformed into self-assurance as Kelly accompanied her and encouraged her to continue. The audience could be heard roaring, and Mia's sad smile was a reflection of Kelly's own. Kelly gave Mia a hug and whispered, "You're going to do big things." The moment they were backstage after the show, Mia's mother praised Kelly for providing her daughter with an experience that she will never forget while she was wiping away tears. A glimmer of the unicorn moment that Kelly had been searching for appeared in her chest, and she felt a warmth there. Not only was it the performance, but it was also the connection, the reminder that her music could still bring joy to the life of another person. After some time had passed, Kelly sat with her guitarist in her dressing room, drinking sweet tea and discussing the events of the previous night. The tone of her voice was quiet as she asked, "That was it, wasn't it? The thing that I have been looking for all along." Her guitarist seemed to nod. "It was given to them by you, and they immediately returned it to you." Clips from the show were widely shared on social media platforms the next morning. A number of fans posted about Shades of Blue, speculating that it will be a contender for a Grammy Award. A video of Kelly and Mia performing a duet has gone viral, and it has received millions of views. Commenters have described the cover as pure magic. As she browsed through them, Kelly's emotion was palpable. Kelly Clarkson's voice is a hug you didn't know you needed, which was a tweak that she found particularly memorable. "We call her our unicorn." Kelly was thinking about the album that she was working on when she was driving home to her children, and the skyline of Nashville was beginning to fade in her rearview mirror. Not only would it convey the narrative of her sadness, but it would also tell the story of her struggle to find joy once more. It was times like singing with Mia that were her accomplishment, but songs like Shades of Blue were her truth throughout her life. In spite of the fact that she had not yet recovered, she was making progress, taking one unicorn moment at a time. After returning home, River and Remington embraced her and demanded that she sing a song before going to bed. Singing a lullaby that she had composed specifically for them, Kelly picked up her guitar and sang it with a steady and kind tone. As the weight of their stares increased, she experienced it once more, that elusive and brief magic. Heartbreak was still present, like a shadow lurking in the corner of the room. Nevertheless, Kelly Clarkson was aware that she was just where she was supposed to be at this very moment, when the rhythm of her children's breathing slowed down and her music filled the room.